The girl is all about, and I'm starting off first with. I'm a girl who loves coffee, Starbucks. I love to read magazines. I love.
Let's talk about it. I'm not sure if you all have ended up on this side of TikTok yet, but it's actually really interesting. Dupes of all kinds are all over the place, and get this, sometimes, are so identical that no one can tell the difference. But at the end of the day, fake or not, people's perceptions have a large hand in deciding whether or not it's worth it. What I mean is that oftentimes, people would rather assume if something is fake or not, based on who is wearing it.
Can you get away with using a fake? Well, I've personally seen multi-millionaires rock a fake and still get compliments on their sense of style. So yes, you can. However, it's incredibly relative. I can show you how. Picture this. Someone is gliding out of their Porsche. You're not really going to question whether their Dior is real or fake, given the fact that you know they can afford it. However, you see someone walking down the economy class with very unimpressive looking clothes, no signs of generational wealth, but they've paired their outfit with this beautiful vintage Chanel. You're immediately going to question the authenticity of the bag, even if it's 100% original. Luxury is never really about the product at hand, but the ecosystem you build around it, the cues and the signals that you're communicating to the world. So whether or not you can use a fake is more of an ethical debate, but as far as getting away with it goes, yes you can, as long as you master the art of aligning all your cues in place.
This video kind of explained it. Sometimes people use their assumptions and treat them as facts, when, in fact, they could not be further from the truth. But at the same time, some simply don't care. And why is that? Well, it could have to do with a lot of things, but one we're going to talk about right now is affordability. Why are two things the exact same, but one is 10 times higher? It explains why some quote-unquote dupes have gained so much recognition. The brands, even more so.
I'm a f***ing pirate, you know what I mean? Like if I walk 3 blocks and I see 3 of the same shoes, bingo! I jumped into the dupe culture thing. Jelly, that's $900, you know, so we make it for $50 or $60 and little changes here and there. But we've designed so many shoes. It's more shoes than anybody. We have a design factory in Queens. Nobody has that. In the beginning, we were designing and creating all the time, as we still do. So I was gonna get a tattoo on my back, but I think I'm gonna get it right here. I think it would be all right, like a pirate with a patch over his.
And don't think it's just fashion. The makeup world has its fair share of dupes too.
This is a dupe! Rhode Sleepy Girl, Elf Cosmetics, Muted Mauve. Dupe. 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 Dupe.
Primas, did Elf dupe my favorite Benetint? Here, both side by side, I tried to get the closest color. This is Black Cherry, my favorite from Benefit, and this is Cherry Cola. Alright, let's swatch the Benefit one. This is Black Cherry, and this is Elf Cherry Cola. Immediately, Elf is looking warmer, a little more orange than Benefit. Let's start with the Benetint on the left side. This is the Elf side. This is 2 coats. If you're a really natural, clean girl, I don't think you're gonna be able to tell the difference in the shades. And this is what it looks like with lip liner on. Overall, I really like it. What do we think, Primas?
I had my hand like this. Would you think that these are from the same company? Is it dupable? We have Charlotte Tilbury's Iconic Nude against Kiko Milano 21 Cinnamon Spice. I went and looked at Kiko Milano and all their shades that they have available. This 21 looks like it's the closest available. Let's just do a quick comparison. They are both listed as made in Italy, and so it's like 95% sure they're probably coming from the same factory, but I do think she maybe has a patent on the Iconic Nude specific color. That's the Iconic Nude, and then that's 21 Spice. You could see they're just the slightest bit different. Let's just do it side by side so you could take a look. And for purposes of the review, we're just gonna line it all in. You can see there's just a slight difference in the way that it lays on your lip. It's not as dark as the Iconic Nude, but it is very close. It is very, very close. but you could see the difference. I see the difference. It is very slight. It's just definitely just a hair off in the shade, but there's a definite difference between this one has a more like gradient gray tone to it, and this one is a little bit more light. The fact that it has a little bit more beige tone complexion, and it's just a definite difference for me. I don't think that this is a complete dupe. I do think that the formula is exactly the same. This one is creamy, it is soft, it goes on exactly the same, but the color range is different. So for me, I'm looking for that darker liner lip cheat type of look, so that's why I love this Iconic Nude, because it lines my lips and gives me a little bit more of a larger upper lip look, as opposed to this where you could definitely tell I'm overlining the lip because it is a little bit lighter on my skin tone. Me and the darker complexion, I think that the Iconic Nude just has that gradient gray tone to it that just really helps to give that larger lip cheat look, and this one, just 21, just isn't exactly doing that for my complexion. The formulas, I would say, are exactly the same. The color range are different, so we're still on the hunt. I should you follow along to see if I can find the dupe for Iconic Nude.
Some brands have done advertisements and joined in on the dupe culture debate. After all, who doesn't want to get their money's worth? But let's turn our attention back to the massive conversation going on about it.
What is your take on dupe culture?
Okay, love dupe culture because
You do?
Oh my God, I love dupe culture. I am so done with the Birkin bag. Bring on the workin' bag. Bring it on.
The firkin.
Okay, bring on Bethany's whole take on the workin' bag. I'm with her. It is absurd to have an article of clothing that is $15,000, sometimes $60,000. It's not worth that. It's worth the probably $300-400 in leather costs that the guy on TikTok who rips apart all those bags and he tells you how much it costs. It makes the brands innovate. Makes the brands, sometimes brands that have had long-standing, almost like monopolies on our mind share and on our wallets. It's like, you know what? I can get the same freaking thing for 10% of the price. I'm gonna do it.
Have you ever bought a fake?
No.
What do you think about dupes? What do you think about dupe culture?
I think dupes are cute. It can't like have the brand on it. I feel that's
sure,
like when it takes
sure.
it too far. But I was going to put on these Bottega earrings that Amazon made all these dupes. I took them out today and they literally are like rusted. I'm like, why did I pay? Like I should have just gotten the Amazon dupe. Like if Bottega isn't, they're rusted to a point where I'm like, what happened to these earrings?
Right,
it's just
right.
weird. But there's so many beautiful designers and bags and different types of things. Like why get a fake version of something?
And while there are different sides to this conversation, I think it brings to light how we as people treat different things according to what we perceive their worth to be. For example, the Birkin bag, someone may have a collection of them and treat them almost as if untouchable. They are usually on a shelf, and a bag, maybe cheaper, is one typically used for everyday use. But funnily enough, that's not what it was intended for.
So this is how the Birkin bag is supposed to be worn. So this is Jane Birkin. She was the iconic singer and actress who the Hermes bag was named after. The story about how the Birkin came to be has got to be one of my favorites. So Jane Birkin always used to carry around this little wicker basket, no matter what she was wearing. As you can see, she's wearing a beautiful dress with a wicker basket. So the story goes, she was flying from France to London and she got upgraded to first class on an Air France flight. And she was carrying her wicker basket around, and as she was putting it away, all the contents fell out of her bag. So the man who was sat next to her said to her, oh, you should really get a bag with pockets. And she replied, as soon as Hermes come out with a bag which has pockets, I'll buy it. To which he responded, I am Hermes, and I will put in pockets for you. So he then asked her, well, what do you want it to look like? So she did a little sketch on the back of a sick bag, and that is how the iconic Birkin came to be. She used to decorate it with like little beads and accessories and even an Hermes watch. I just love that story. Like the Birkin was literally sketched on the back of a sick bag. Like, and I also loved how she wore the bag, how it was intended, you know, as a bag and not just as a fashion accessory. Like it definitely served both purposes for her.
You mentioned the bag. First of all, I assume you get them comped.
Certainly. But I only have one at a time. I was quite well known for a basket before, so I just obviously knew that girls like to have masses of things in their handbag, and so although I would love to have been a sort of neat person that would fit in with the Kelly, then, which is the same as that but much smaller, I never thought you could get enough things in it, so I asked for one to be 4 times the size of the Kelly. And I always think that you need, I don't know, when I haven't got it suddenly, another pair of glasses, the credit cards, the eye collier for Dolly. I mean, everything's useful. It just weighs a ton. And as it was mine, I just thought it was more fun to hang things off it. So I hang my watch off it and all my baubles and bangles and beads. Because when you walk around, they jingle and jangle. So it's a happy sound. It's like being on a coach with a horse in New York, but they wear really well. I love things that wear really well.
This what I mean. We tend to treat things according to their perceived worth, when we should be treating everything with equal value. You bought it, you use it. And while we are talking about dupe culture, I feel as though my point connects because does it matter what products you use as long as you use them the same? You buy things for a specific purpose, but then why buy one worth more and treat it differently, or even treat others differently on their pick? Do you guys have an opinion on dupe culture? And if so, I'd love to hear it down in the comments. And if you guys have any other topics you'd like to hear about, feel free to chime in. After all, I'm here to chat. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, be safe, be kind, and have a great day.